Welcome back, everybody, to the Gotenks Week 106 account update. We are 6.46 million GP right now. And I actually haven't had my payout yet, but this is what I fell to overnight. So we're in a great spot for Fleet Arena. I actually have a harder time beating this on defense myself, just because it's not like commonly used comp. Usually Xanadu Blood is the easiest one to take out early, but it's not exactly clear right away, so I always have to do Houndstooth start to beat it, but I seem to fall less when I leave this one in, so no complaints here. I am at Erodium 3. Been having a good run with GAC. I won't open up the bracket to show what I got in this last Grand Arena, although probably released it before this video, but in case you watch this one first, I had a big unlock earlier this week, so let's show that first. All right, intro week update right now, and I got baby with me, but this couldn't really wait. I'm now officially unlocking Darth Malgus. Huge addition to this Empire team, definitely lifts them to a whole nother level. And I'm not quite at the point where I'm going to build him up to actually support them for this next week. Let's see how far I can get him up, but I don't have Zetas for him. Ironically enough, I could do his Omicron if I had the Zeta. I don't think I can relic him. Let's see. Let's see how far we get, baby. Hopefully I get to at least gear 12. Yes! Okay, we did get to gear 12. Oh, I'm actually close. I have a lot of these. I was trying to be ready. Yeah, okay, so this thing. Just gonna do a couple more. Got this. Are any of these available? They're kind of expensive from that shop. Let's see. I'm gonna charge up currency. I mean, I'm not gonna get enough of that right now. Yeah. That's a definite pickup whenever I see it. Yeah, it'll be a little bit. I won't get him to gear 13 in time for lock. And so he's gonna be... Oh, I could do this Omicron without, but I don't think... this is more of like a 5v5 Omicron only, that's why I don't really like it. Yeah, it's 3 Omicrons and 2 Zetas. Oh! I can do this right away. Excellent. Okay, yeah, that's the obvious choice. That's the one you don't skip. You don't go for it. Wave. Say wave. Say hi. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. So this is his Zeta. So I mean that's a good Zeta. That's who his big hit comes from. This one also, I don't think. Bounce the baby. I don't think that one's really that good either. Oh, and I guess his basic is his Zeta. I mean, I'm gonna get it. He gains 20% max health on the second attack. It's been so long, I forgot that was the Zeta. But yeah, his lead is in place. If I got him to gear 13, he would be... Dang, if I can do it by... Alright, baby, I bet you don't. You can crawl around. If I can get him to gear 13 by lock, he could actually be useful. But I do want to give both. For the end of Conquest, I got enough signal data to finish off Bo's relics to relic 8, which is ideal for her. I got her to relic not on my main account very recently, but R8 is plenty. So, yeah, she's looking really good. The offense and everything. I'm gonna mod Malgus, and it'll be on the weekly update, like the day of the weekly update that I actually show what he's at, because Gear 12 is not gonna be too impressive. And fast forward to Sunday, my Malgus is now Relic 7, which is where I'm gonna keep him for now. Actually, R8 isn't a big deal for him. R9 is, but I'm not ready to go all the way to R9. He's got 128,000 health right now at R7, 291 speed. For the week, I didn't have his first Zeta, but I did get this one now. This is the big damage, health-based damage on his special. It really gives it some bite, and you absolutely need to get that one. But for this one, this increases max health, but the main benefit from that, well, of course, the health itself is a benefit, but extra damage comes from that special. So this one will be next. Definitely feeling the crunch with the Zetas, although I'm not too far back. It's just like I'm waiting on 1 or 2 usually, and then I'm fine. Bo-Katan is done. Just perfect. R8, 287 speed, almost 80,000 health, 11,600 offense, and I am just happy right now with her. My farming has, we'll look at that in a second, conquest units. Last week I added Gungans to my farming list just so I can get them to 7 stars to be ready for them, because I try to think about where I'm going to be, not where I am now with shards, because those are the things, that's the one variable that it just takes a long time. You can't really speed it up unless you have like a 7-star token or something. If I did give them Erodium tokens, they'd get to 6 stars already, and then I could farm to 7-star. But if I'm at the point where I'm applying Erodium tokens, I don't want to have to wait for 100 shards to come in. So I'm already farming Boomadir and Phalanx. Tarpals is Cantina, and I'm actually farming some stuff in Cantina right now. I got Tarpals. So Tarpals is pretty far along. He's 42 out of 100. That's pretty good. He's pretty far along. But Tarful's almost done. 73 out of 100. He's the last character I will need at 7 stars for Jedi Cal. And I am actively farming Baby Cal shards. I've had them in relics for a while. But just held off on actually shard farming them because it's Cantina. And I want to use all of my Cantina stuff for signal data. And I was in an interesting spot where I didn't have 7 stars on Scorch when these additive drops started. So they put him in. There's a couple additive drops things going on right there. The Zam, who I do not have at 7 stars yet. I think she's not unlocked. And then the Scorch additive drops, and then if you have Scorch 7 stars, I think you get the signal data. And I had him at like 98 or something, or 99 when it started. Now he's 7 stars. So, not that I care about him. I care about the ship, the Dorito. So that's coming along. Tarful will be the next one. Well, no, he won't be the next one absolutely done. I'll soon stop farming this Fennec node because I'm 5 shards away from B28, which is great. Boomadir, nah, the Gungans, no hurry whatsoever. Currency farming. Still working on some of these Jedi training ray things. Oh, I don't have any currency. I used all of it, but she's not too bad. There's 2 different types of currency I can farm her with. And that's all to get JTR for JML. And that currently is my journey guide selection right now, because Leviathan is a little bit of a ways off. Fury class interceptor, since I have 266 instead of 270, that's 4 proving grounds away, so that's like 3.5 months away. I'm not super close yet, so I don't need to put the pedal to the metal yet on everything with Fury. Like, I don't need to do these Cantina farms yet, although I will need to do those somewhat soonish, just to get them done. But yeah, we're getting ready. We're going to be positioning. I just think it's going to be a lot easier to get JML first. And before JML, I'm probably going to get Jedi Cal. So, we're going to have an Old Ben and a Princess Leia anniversary token. Getting them to Gear 13. So then I just need her to get to Relic 3. Old Ben to Relic 5, I think. And then it's just Mon Mothma, Biggs, and Wedge that are under Gear 13 that need to go up. Hoda needs to go Relic 5. Just one more Relic. Chewbacca needs to go to relic 6. Just one more relic. It might be easier to show over here. But yeah, in addition to that, I'm going to need Ray Jedi Training, who can't be tokened. And that's it. I mean, it's just these pilots. So I don't know if I want to use Erodium tokens on them. I had a Relic 3 any character token, like one of those Chromium tokens, and I didn't use it on them. I used it on OG Bow, which did make sense. That did help. That actually was necessary for one of the wins in my Grand Arena in the past week, because I really needed a decent OG Bow. And I wouldn't have had it without that token. But just getting to Relic 3, using an Erodium token, it feels like you're going a little bit beyond. Bigs, you know, they're pilots. Home 1 fleet is relevant now. So it's funny what happens. Like, JML was not... I had him on my radar even when I started the account. It wasn't any kind of rush. And I was like, oh, my Jedi team's working well. These Rebels aren't good for pilots. But then all of a sudden, all these things start happening to change that equation. The Rebel fleet... It's not profundity is relevant. It's like the most set defensive fleet, bar none right now. So they'll factor into that, and they'll actually be useful. Princess Leia's still crap, but really not too far off. I mean, I just need some signal data for Hermit Yoda and Chewbacca, and then it'll say 10 out of 16. It really just feels close. However, as close as it is, Cal's even closer. I mean, Tarful Gear 12. That's really easy. In fact, let's do that right now. Let's get a Carbonite Lightspeed token, because I've been placing really well. That's about to change, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I can buy a Carbonite Lightspeed token for Tarful, and I can do an Erodium for someone else, which I'll decide in a second. Every week, new tokens is crazy. But yeah, let's find him here. Mr. Tarful, where are you? I could also just do reverse. So let's do this. Promote him, yes. Gear 12. So technically, I qualify for the event. Oh, it's Omicrons. That's nice. Especially since I don't need to apply his Omicrons. I can't even start it yet because I still need Cal at 7 stars. So that's can't get off the ground there. Next tier will be them too. So maybe next week. I don't know if Tarful will be done by next week, but we're really close. And he's like in every single tier. Seer's ready. Marin's ready. We're ready for Cal. Not ready to gear him up in Zeta him. And we do need his Zetas. But it's nice I don't really need his Omicrons, because they're TB Omicrons. So his Zetas are... 2 of them are hyper... They're all pretty necessary. This is where he gets 5 extra stacks of Impetuous, so that after 3 turns, on the 4th turn, you can do an insta-kill. Other than that, it's going to take like 6 turns. The next Zeta is the actual insta-kill. So that's pretty important. That's pretty integral to his identity. And then the Windmill Defense. This is what gives a bonus turn when he does his spinny swap, like, or give a bonus turn. That's very important too. So I want all these Zetas on him. So I need to hold back on Zetas for a little bit. And then JML needs a ton of Zetas. So it's just really Zeta bottleneck city. And then, Malgus is coming up too. That's going to be hard. I mean, I might unlock Cal and not Zeta him, but Malgus is pretty demanding of his Zetas and his Omicrons. His Omicrons, I'm actually fine. I have a bit of a stockpile. You absolutely want these 2 uniques, and then this, I think, is an Omicron. It's not a Zeta, though, which is good. So I could apply this. I could have 2 Zetas on him, and then let me see what his other Zeta is. But this one is the true damage, buff immunity, healing immunity, against crit damage, and all offense. Like, all of those are really important. He's gonna get all his Omicrons from me. This is his other Zeta. When Edge of Madness is dispelled, the ally in the leader slot is a Ufu, reset the cooldown of Die Whelp. Every 26 of add dispel them gave madness benefit. So this is where This is why you get to take a bonus turn and do his AoE. So I don't know. Maybe just the 2 Zetas on him and then all the Omicrons at first. I have Queen out. There's a lot of stuff coming up. And also, a Conquest unit coming up that I don't focus on a ton is Maul. And I've actually really been enjoying Maul on my main account. And I found a spot that I think he would fit perfectly. Instead of Ahsoka Fulcrum, I can just use Maul as a dedicated Malgus member. And I wouldn't have to do super high relics on him because I think his biggest value is getting Malgus to assist constantly. His Zetas, some are necessary, but a lot of them you can kind of skip or wait on. This is the one where if he has 3 or more stacks of Anguish, he's immune to stun and ability block, and at 5 stacks he ignores taunt. That's actually pretty important. That's probably the first one I'd get. Leader, we're probably not going to be making use of for a while. This one is if he has 5 stacks of Anguish, he can increase enemies' cooldowns by 2. That's good. I think I could also get away with it. This one I could definitely get away without it. If an enemy is defeated by this attack, he gains maximum stacks of Anguish. I've been playing with Maul for years, a long time on my main account. I don't get to use this part very often, so I could definitely do without it. But the big thing for him, I mean, if you're facing an enemy that will stun him or will ability block him, that's a much bigger deal. But I could get away with just having him as a vehicle for Malgus assists, get those 5 stacks, and just let him rip. So Maul will have some use. He's just, he's a manual gear. I can't token him, but all my Conquest stuff is starting to fall into place. I have this full Padme Cat team. I have this full Malgus team. Queen Amidala's got her team ready and waiting. So things are really just coming together. And then JML, so this is all like Zeta talk right now. I could get away with having 2 Zetas for a good bit on this account. The main account, well, or the lead. Well, the first time they fall below 100%. Maybe I can even get away with that one. Because you still get the inherited teachings thing, even without like the Omega. I would of course do the Omega, but you definitely want Galactic Legend because he is a tank and he's taking hits. So I'd say 1, 2, 3. This one's really important. Extra turn meter, crit hit immunity, turn meter removal, or extra damage. Very important. This one, I think you can wait a little bit. He gets Jedi Legacy until the end of the battle, which is 100% mastery and ignores taunt. I might be able to get away with that for a little bit. This is the increased cooldowns. The basic is the one that's definitely skippable. Will critically hit a Fable and can't be countered. So if they have crit immunity, you still don't crit. I don't know. I mean, Zetas. They're the name of the game right now. So many things to consider. And then Gas, like I could get him relatively quickly, but it's just Zetas. And then I have to build his whole team, so that's, well, not his whole team. I have half of them. So that's why he's kind of like a little bit more on the back burner. It's just I have all these things so close within reach, just being able to build them up. But I really want to avoid being one of those rosters that I roast that have like these level 1, gear 1 Conquest units. The ones I'll accept at gear 1, level 1 are, Ben, if you don't have Rey, Trench, Boba Fett, Sign of Django. Even Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, I kind of have a team ready for him. Like Imperial Remnants. In 5v5, Night Sisters take the Peridia Bros, but I could have Enoch with Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, Scout Trooper, TIE Fighter Pilot, and then I would just need one more. Probably Moff Gideon. Death Trooper is very important too, but it would just be like a convenience thing of using Enoch. But yeah, there's a lot. This token. So I can get a Relic 1 Ufu. Now the thought is no one that's super pressing or like that I want super high. Asajj, I don't really need anytime soon. I need her for GL Ahsoka, which is way down the line. Probably later this year, though. And I could use her for gas, but I don't need that real quick. Sabine, also, I want to use my Mando token on her. Inquisitors are getting their tokens for free anyway. Peru, I don't care. Stick Ray, I don't really care. Ahsoka Fulcrum, that's interesting. That's a thought. Because she could fit into that Malgus team. But if I would rather just kind of build up Maul than Ahsoka Fulcrum. So I'm actually thinking Visas, because I will unlock Malgus soon. Eddie's going to want Cal on that Seer team. Oh, also I need Seer's lead, Omicron, and Zeta, like so many things. So Visas will be a replacement to Cal on the Starkiller team, and she's actually the one this kid is built around anyway, so it makes sense. Relic 1 I think is fine for her. She's going to be... She stay the same star level? Yes, stay the same star level. I'd have to farm her. But yeah, we're going to go with Visas just for this low level thing. Farming her, I have to manually farm dark side nodes. I can get her to like Relic 2 or 3. Yeah, at 4 stars, you could do Relic 3 now, so I might do that in a little bit. But there's no hurry. I don't need to mod her well. Modding is another concern. Like, I need good mods for characters. So some of these tokens, I'll just slap onto characters that I don't need a ton of modding or anything. The next Relic 5 character for a token should be someone for a journey pursuit, because as I've already covered, I'm low on Zetas. Actually, characters I want to use that need Zetas that are good or need higher relics. I kind of want to hold off on for now, and I think my teams are pretty sufficient on their own. Like, I don't have any teams with big holes in them. And some considerations that I'm probably not going to pick anything from Leviathan, but I'll discuss why. Sortie is going to get her own anniversary token, so I can write that off. Sith Assassin, that would get Sith Assassin to the exact relic that they need, and some stars, but I need to farm their ship anyway, so I'm not really going to do that. Bastila, I could consider giving her one at some point, especially with Steel Shan coming, who we'll talk about in a second. HK is already Gear 13, so I'm not going to do that. Maul is a kind of a compelling option. Sith Trooper, I already gave. Didn't I give I think I gave my Gear 12 token, so I probably don't want to do that. I don't want to like waste tokens. Or no, Sith Empire Trooper is what I was thinking of there. Sith Trooper, he'll probably get one at some point. But yeah, but as I said, I am kind of locked on waiting for that. So I think I'll probably do a JML requirement to get me closer to there. And then the one that needs Relic 5 that isn't anywhere. Mon Mothma. So let's get her token. Yes. Buy. And upgrade her. I don't plan on using Mon Mothma much anyway. And I gave her one of those Carbonite tokens. I got her to Gear 10, but that's minimal at this point. So she's a Kyrotech character. There we go. We got her done. She heavily needs Zetas to be valuable. Her untargetable thing is a Zeta. Pretty sure most of her leadership is kind of blocked by a Zeta. Yeah, the whole assist thing is behind her Zeta, so that's not really great. So she's just kind of sit there. I'm not going to use her. But I guess we close her. Why doesn't it give her a checkbox? She's Relic 5. That's very odd. Upgrade to Relic 5. Why doesn't it count that? She's Relic 5. I don't know. I hope that's not a bug that prevents me from from actually using her. Oh, we got our ROTE reward. So we get 30 stars. The rewards, you know, they're okay. It's just like they're not. I think maybe I have to restart and start again to actually get that to count. Let me try that. Okay, restart the game. Let's hop over to JML. 9 out of 16. Okay, there we go. I was a little worried for a second. That was weird, though. That's very odd. But there we go. We are much closer to JML. And to get JML, we need JTR. I'm almost done all these shards with. But the vets I need to farm. They give us all these bonus drops for Vet Chewy, which is fine, but I still need to farm Vet Han on the same node. So after I'm done Tarful, I'm gonna farm the other Wookiee with his pal. So there's gonna be some Cantina farms in the interim. So yeah, there's those two. I already have all these other Cantina farms from Sith Assassin, but then also I'm gonna need. Actually, it's already 6-star. Yeah, that's fine. Mark 6, that ship. So luckily, she's on 12, not 16, but I think Mark 6 is not as friendly. Mark 6. Oh no, okay, so they're both 12. Still. Single shard farms are a pain, especially Cantina, so that I'm not looking forward to those. Yeah, the rest of it's pretty good. I mean, my BB-8 unlock is done. JTR shouldn't be too hard. Then I just gotta gear her up and everything. So that's mostly it for the normal roster stuff. I already feel very confident in the roster. It's going very well for me. Got a lot of anniversary tokens coming up for some housekeeping like Grief and Mando. Satele Shan. So, I'm excited for her. I've never interacted with her as a character in a video game. I played the Old Republic MMO for like a week in 2012 or something. And my computer, or maybe 2013, my computer wasn't good enough for it. So I quit, and then there was like kind of a big paywall at level 10. That was a long time ago. But she's a fan favorite. Kind of, I think her and Malgus are featured in that game. It's supposed to be descended from Bastila and Revan. Looks really cool. And she's meant to tie in all the Old Republic Jedi together. And before I read the full leadership, when I was getting the sense that she wanted to tie Old Republic Jedi together, and that she's a tank, and I saw that she's a tank, I thought the only way they're going to do any significant amount of damage is max assist true damage, and that's exactly what they have. So I don't know if that's just in GAC or not. Yeah, so I guess it's just the Omicron. Whenever Old Republic Jedi attacks out of turn, the debuff is true damage based on her max protection. So I might be in sync a little bit with the design team, because that is exactly I wasn't thinking based on max protection or anything, but I was saying that's the only way you're gonna get any decent damage out of this group. And she's gonna be great for this account. I'll probably get her in 5 or 6 months. I can't red crate really. So, gold crate it is, and then picking up shards. Probably a 5-month unlock. We'll see when I get the Stranger. Stranger, I'm at 275. Actually, I could get him. So after this next conquest, I think I can get like 20 shards purchased, and then I get 25 from the crate. I think. I'm not entirely well versed in it, but yeah, I'm closer to him than like Bane, like Proving Grounds characters. So it won't take too much. Spider Lake Small is just nowhere on my radar at all. But what was I saying? So yeah, I'll get her 4 or 5 months. At that point, I'll probably have Bastila Relic 7 for the Leviathan. So that's a 3v3 team: Jedi Knight, Revan, Bastila, and Satele. And they already updated her unique, or going to update it. Yes, Satele Shan. So this is great. Accuracy, potency, tenacity. I love that they updated that. So that's core 3. I already have Jolie's Zeta, so that's nice. And then I would just need to add on one more Jedi, who I guess has to be Juhani. You know, Mission, they actually just swapped out her Zeta with an Omicron, and if you had the Zeta, you got this Omicron for free. So on my main account, I had it. For a second, I thought I didn't, and I was worried. I was like, dang it. But yeah, I got this free TW Omicron on my main account, but not here. That's just TW. So, but yeah, I don't. Is there a clause that says you have to have only Old Republic Jedi? No, they are the ones that get the true damage, but I don't think it's gonna turn anything off. If you have a non-Jedi. So maybe I could just throw Sortie in there. I don't know. I used Sortie with Jedi Revan for the crate raids, so that wouldn't be too foreign to me. But that's cool. That's great conquest unit. I'm excited for that. I'm going to try to do my one fleet battle to climb. Stay ahead of Mold Jaco if he's climbing. Usually he's within range. Yeah. I want to stay ahead of him a little bit, so I'll do one battle and then talk about my era stuff, because there's a lot to talk about there. So we're kind of hitting a wall. We're about to hit a wall. Okay. Nice hit. I actually need probably at least one crit in this sequence of 4 attacks to win. I got 3 there. 4 attacks being I do special, and then Razor Crest special, and reduce this one. And if I'm to this point, I'm usually alright. It's unfortunate, but most of the time I do lose IG. I have some internal debate on whether to death mark Houndstooth there or just finish off Razor Crest. There's no sense to me able to fire the Mass Assist. But I finish off Razor Crest because if I don't, they just heal them up. And now I can death. He dodged. Didn't seem like he did much. Buy Razor Crest. Oh, good, we can mass swarm. Oh, good. I was worried they'd have another death mark. Oh, actually, I can just kill IG. Oh, didn't even need my mass assist. So, there we go. That's nice. That's the fleet climb today. It's not always. Sometimes I fall close to 20. There's the fleet climb for the day, unless I get knocked back by Mold Jaco. One other thing I want to do is slice up a mod for Malgus. I'm really close. Getting enough stuff. So please give me one. Good. Because this is a great mod. Tons of health, tons of speed, and then protection too. Yeah, so that's one of the 2 acceptable results. Protection, I think I'll just keep it actually. Like, yeah, more speed would be great for him, but he cares about the survivability, so that's awesome. Still slicing him in spawn, so I should leave in favor. Okay, era stuff. So I am about to hit a wall on this account. I already have on my main account. And leading up to this week, I was thinking it might make sense to just pocket the era level currency they give you for Barris's event. I almost did a video on it. I'm glad I didn't, because they upgraded the amount at the end of the episode track to 38,000 from 7.5. So that is massive. And I spent like the main crystal purchases I did for this. And I kind of did a lot of them to stay in the top 30 for a long time. And I don't regret it because I got all these Rhodium tokens. the main thing, I just had to buy air level currency. And now they're giving it out like candy. Even so, well, I'm actually not buying an air level currency. I have plenty of air level currency. I'm actually I need to push higher with this stuff. But I already have a Saj at level 65. Level 65 is the end of the line. It's the end of the line for me. Because you can't go past level 65 unless you have 4 stars. And before you shake my head and I join along and we curse CG for the unfairness, it does suck, but I understand why you can't. So these stat upgrades, they're not super descript, but mostly they align with applying a few gear pieces or an entire gear level. For instance, I think level 57, I can't show it in retrospect, I kind of wish I could. Level 57 was where they crossed over a threshold to gear 11. And I know that because they got a bunch of protection to match what they would have at gear 11. So they're gear 11 flat at level 57. Level 65, they're level gear 12 flat. And they got a bunch of protection too. So for Luke, once he hits level 50 or 65, he'll get 12,000 protection. You only get protection at a gear level upgrade. It is not on any gear pieces. It's an arbitrary number assigned, so that's how you really tell. So once I hit that, I just can't go higher unless I get 4 stars. And that's how it's set up. Normal characters, you can get to gear 12 with 3 stars, but you need 4 stars at least to get into relics. And then you get to relic 2 or 3 or something. So I could get a significant stat increase if I were able to get to level 70 or level 75. See, so Asajj will go from 1900 damage to 2988. A lot more crit chance, a lot more armor pen. These are increases associated with relic jumps, not just some gear. Speed up 20, that's exactly the amount you get from the right side, gear 12 plus, in your finisher. So yeah, it would be a huge, huge improvement. The only thing I might do, and if you're wondering, should I have just got all these 4-star characters to unlock Spider Lake Small because they have these Kyber tokens in it? I'd say no, because the cost of getting 4 stars is so high. So each character, you get to, where do I have? So 50 and a 30 from the marquee. So you need 15 shards. These give a minimum of 5. So if you get 5 each time, you'll have to buy 3 of these packs. Right away, that's 3,900 crystals. If you get the worst luck. And then, so you need just 5 characters to get them all 4 stars, I think. Or no, you need 5 stars to get most of the tokens. You get some tokens of 4 stars. So 4 stars, you would need just under 20,000 crystals, 19,500. That's over a vault. It's definitely way more than I've spent on Coliseum to this point. The main reason I would do it is to get those tokens, not to have Maul himself. It's Relic 3. Well, maybe Relic 3 Maul would kick butt. I don't know. And to maintain my status in the Coliseum, because right now I'm doing really well in Coliseum. On the ones that make sense. I can't do a battle today, don't worry. But I'm ranked 25 on this account. I have a good shard, because on my main account, I consistently score higher and rank lower. So I have a great Era shard. I do the best on the Zepho Tomb Guardians and ATST, because they require like very specific decision making and kind of skill choices. I do the worst on Jotaz, whatever. So I got rank 39, because that is basically just a stat check. When he decides to throw that boulder, someone's dying. You can't avoid it. You can't time your foresights with it. You just can't do anything. So that's just a complete stat check. That's why I do worse than my shard. But 3 Tomb Guardians, I think people don't have the patience for it, and they just don't play it straight or well. And Pyre ATST, you gotta time the distract and the foresight right. And I haven't done videos on them. Maybe I should, but it's hard even for me to get a sense of it. And it's just so frustrating that when I do it. It's hard to actually capture it, so I don't know. Maybe that's not a great excuse. And then Dryax, I don't do as well just because they're a pain. It's kind of a stat check too, because they just like rip you to shreds. But there's some strategy. It's kind of in the middle, but I don't do as well 35. But still, if top 60 is my bad result, I'm still raking it in. I've been getting 500 or 300. That's why I'm getting these R5 tokens each week. I think that gravy train is over. Because even like right now, so let's look at the rank 30 character or player. We probably have 4 stars. Yeah. So everyone has like 4 stars. The one thing I could think of to push higher is just get 1 character, if I can manage it, to 4 stars to get to like that relic 2 or 3 level. I'd probably do a Saj because she's the damage dealer. I don't know if that would help me push much further. We'll see what I can do. Barris will get all my upgrade. I'll probably have everyone level 65 by the time Barris comes out. Because she's coming soon. We don't have it loaded in, but she's coming this week. So, she's going to get all my mats, get her to 65, and then I just kind of stuck until Vader's out and get him to the level 65 easily. I don't want to spend another crystal at all on this. And I'm going to start falling. So it was kind of like the middle month. Once I unlocked Yoda and Chewie, that's really when I started taking off. And Asajj helped. So we'll try to just milk as much as we can with the undersize. I think for a little bit, it'll be good. It'll still be fine. I'll still be getting top 60 for a while. Let's look at the rank 50 player. Okay, how are you scoring so low? That's a bad example. What? What are you doing? Okay, let's see. Is anyone 3 stars? Okay, no, they're 4 stars. They could be doing way better. But maybe just user error will help me out. Yeah, 4 stars, 5 stars. So, they're clearly underperforming with their tools. So maybe there's a hope to stay top 60. But top 30 is really gonna just push me out. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, these guys are way down. Like, that's significantly lower. 150, 160,000 compared to my 300,000. You basically want to really be careful. You want to whittle down one of them after they've done their AoE. And then if they can do their little, like, bomb thing, that uses up all their juiced up offense from getting hit with none of their stacks. Because if you hit them with none of their stacks, they start getting on steroids. It's crazy. Yeah, I got 77%. I wanted 80%. I would have been able to do another upgrade on like Luke or something, but I don't know. We'll just have to do the best we can on the rest. Maybe I got a couple good weeks left on me. And I think that's it for the week. So it was the last stuff to cover, era stuff. You know, I've worked hard to get to where I am. It sucks that I'm going to be shut down a little bit. I wish there was just some way to get a little, even if I could just get 1 free shard of one of these characters. The highest chance drop is 7 shards. I could maybe get a couple to 4 stars, but yeah, that's unfortunate. So that'll be it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next week. Bye.